chaos. That's what's happened today. It's chaos.
I'm not late. I don't know what you're talking about. So I'm going to have to take this phone and fully just put that right there because I'm going to need to push a button on it every couple minutes because the screen ain't working. And there's an alarm set and it won't turn off. It makes the buzzing noise as if it's turning off, but it's not actually turning off. I have no idea. You're supposed to be able to hold like the volume down button and the power button at the same time for long enough, and it'll eventually turn off, and it's just not doing it. So I can't turn the fucking thing off. Ridiculous. I hate phones. Okay, so the thing that's funny is that when my phone inevitably breaks, I am not replacing it. Because replacing it is going to cost $1,000, and I'm just not going to do it. Because it's ridiculous. Okay. Anyway, hi, how's it going? Everything's fine. I'm not late. We're not late at all. I was on the phone with my mother, which is why I'm late. But I'm not late. But if I was late, that would be the reason that I was late. If for some reason someone thought I was late, the reason that they would have that misapprehension. Okay, so where the fuck was I? I guess my last autosave is before this, so presumably I left the building and then saved. Okay, so we have Might Magic 7 is still the place that I'm supposed to be. And right, did I close? I shut down my computer and I don't have my order anymore. Okay. Let's draw it from memory. I have great memory. We went into 10. We went from 10 to the one that isn't 9 and isn't 7. Yes, we went to neither 9 nor 7. Oh, did we have the thing then? We didn't go to 2, did we? Wait, 2, we didn't have 2 available. We're trying to get to 2, but I'm thinking about what the order was that I was intending to get there from. So, yep, that's late stage capitalism for you. Oh, you want to get the data off of your phone? Well, if you want to get the data off of your phone, you're going to have to replace your LCD because the little pin connector between the hard drive and the LCD are boned, and that one little piece is broken. So you're going to have to replace every piece of your device in order to get access to the hard drive of your phone. Fucking crazy. Total madness. Let me see here. Do we wing it? I'm trying to remember whether I wanted to do... Did I decide yesterday on whether I wanted to do via 2 or did I want to go... like the fastest route that got me to 2? Or did I want to just go... No, I decided that I was going to just do the promotion. Okay, we're doing the promotion. I will be fine. Basically, every restaurant doesn't have a menu here anymore. There's a few that do, but not common. Nobody has a fucking menu. So 7 is the other exterior one. We're going to 3. The funny thing is that I'm trying to do this by memory, but there's no shot it's going to work. This is a problem. We might not be able to do it via 3. We might actually just not be able to handle 3. Okay, that's an issue. 3 is the one. 3 is like the one, right? The. But I have to do all of them eventually. I could try Invis. Oh, right, I didn't roll for the thing. Sorry. 1 second. Random number generator. So, we between 1 and 5. That's a 3. Okay, Severia. So this is a roll for each of these lamps, which we're not going to stockpile apparently. So I don't need to save.
Sorry.
Uh-huh.
This is perfect.
Power cure. Okay. Okay, that's the... I don't think I've ever heard that alarm in my life. Okay. Next, we need to random the next one. Let's go. 4. Quartal. Plus 5 luck. Not too shabby. And I think I just rolled another 4, but I'm not sure that I rolled another 4. Is it not generating, or is it just rolling 4? I rolled 4 3 times. Okay, so Quartal... Because there's no, like, animation for it if it rolls the same number for some reason. So, okay. So I wasn't sure if, like, it just wasn't responding. Alright. That's 4 grand. Alright. So, we've gotten rid of those. Okay, delivery. Anyway, phones are terrible technology. One of the things that's very funny is that the phones, in addition to just being terrible, all of the stuff that you would want to use, like as a normal user who wants access to some of your shit, is like deactivated by default unless you like you have to like get into root access of your phone in order to like do simple shit like use a monitor. Like use a different screen than the phone screen. Just like plugging it into a different screen is functionally impossible. It's like that seems like a crazy thing to do unless your explicit purpose was to make it as hard as possible to fix this fucking thing so that nobody can fix them. Let's see here. What was I doing? Right. We need to figure out. You know what's funny? We're saving this under danger. We don't... When was the last save that we had? Whoops.
I don't know.
I went to the wrong place. This is set. Yes. Alright. We can load the autosave. So, we're going to take this route. We can try Invis.
Looks like this one's alright.
It does seem like this one's alright, actually. This is not the worst combination I could have gotten. Let's see. There are too many in that room for that to be viable. I was thinking maybe I could get down
This'll be fun.
there. That's... Yeah, this is pretty unfortunate. Can I limit the number of these that can reach me? That's a thorn barrel, right? Good fucking luck. In the hole. What hole?
Looks like this one's alright.
Oh, yeah, the hole in the wall. Yeah. Up! Whoa! Whoa! Calm down.
Looks like this one's alright.
You know, that first setup that I got is looking better and better. Let's see. It's so wild that there's a boss.
I don't know.
The fact that we have a boss in a room that is like this dungeon is 3 incredibly tiny rooms. So tiny. Okay. How the fuck am I gonna do this dungeon?
It's a little dark in here.
One might say, how like this, huh? This is very promising. This isn't full protection, but it's pretty fucking close. Oh, I love that response. This is not fair. Ah. It might not be fair, but it's very funny, you have to admit. I don't even know who's hitting me. It's entirely possible that I'm going to get overwhelmed eventually, just because I don't know who's actually able to hit me. And I might end up, like, leading a shit ton of them to be able to hit me. You know, life is good. Life is good. This one just moved. I don't like correct the moves. So there we go. Alright, we have actual monitoring. That's too funny. Can I strip off? We have an issue that we are running out of HP. These people back here that are beating on us. You know, sometimes in life you just need to accept the good things that come to you, you know? I can't believe this world. Which proc am I looking for? I have no idea what you're referring to. Wait. I can't move. I can't move. I can't move. Oh, it's too good. Oh god. Okay, give me a second. I don't remember. I don't think I actually tried telekinesis. I'll try telekinesis. Give me a sec. I just realized that I didn't. I also didn't patch. Yeah, there was an update 9 hours ago, so I didn't. This is unrelated, except for the fact that it made me think about. Interesting, but we didn't do 65 yet, right? Oh, that's interesting. We don't have 65, but they didn't respawn. Yes. Ow. Why did they respawn? Oh no. Why did they respawn? The Barrows aren't considered all one zone in some way, are we? Well, I'm not even concerned about that. Considering the bug that I ran into there, I am allowing it, except for the fact that now I'm concerned that these might be considered all part of the same zone for some reason. If they're considered all part of the same zone, that influences things considerably. Oh man, I wish Malekith was in here right now, because I have some very specific questions to ask that have to do with the way that this is coded, which Malekith wouldn't know intrinsically because Malekith didn't code it, but might offhand know, or might be able to check that. Oh god. Nope. Nope. Please? Life is sad. So let's see if I load this. Does this... They still didn't respawn. Why don't... What is happening here? The load screen's very fast. This has a really significant effect on routing, okay? So, I'm sorry, I'm not being very clear about this. So what's happening here, the thing that I'm concerned about, is that the fact that the enemies aren't respawning when I leave could be because I just had 64%, and the message isn't perfectly correlated with the thing. It could be tied to how the zone is loaded, where the zone is loaded in a weird way. And it could be that the barrows as a grouping are all, like, actually kind of one map, and they're coded weirdly, in which case bolster might affect the entire barrow instead of affecting just the one that you go into at any given time. If they're considered to be the same zone, that would mean that teleporting from one barrow to another would not trigger the respawn. Oh, you know what we could do? We could actually test this by leaving here and going outside. Going outside doesn't trigger this to reset.
I don't know.
So whatever the problem is with this, it's not specifically an error of that kind of classification. So that's promising. That's promising. I'm going to save this under dungeon. And I'm going to work with the assumption that each of these is considered a different dungeon. The fact that that worked the way that it did there, the fact that it didn't respawn these when I zoned in is promising for the interpretation that that bug is not related to all of the barrows being the same entity. However, all of these barrows being the same entity could still have that effect if all the enemies are spawned on in the initial entry, but I'm not initially entering this section of barrow. So, like, because I'm teleporting around the barrows, and the way that it's coded could be some sort of, like, weird half-zone thing. It could be that it's basically triggering an exception in the way that the respawns are handled. I think what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try finishing the clear of this. Whoopsie, that's way more than I expected. We did get a new spawn each time we came into 3. That's not necessarily incompatible with the idea that they have some weird pseudo thing that could cause a problem for bolster. But again, it is good evidence in the indication that it's like a good indication that we have separate zones that are spawning separately. That's a very good point. It's like, it's not like full confirmation. None of these things are full confirmation, but they are all leading in the direction of thinking of them as different, as separate zones from each other. We already know for a fact that it's not as simple as them all being literally considered the same zone, because you have that with like the dragon caves, and the dragon caves behave fundamentally differently. So we already know what that is like. But the barrows are really weird. Like they behave very strangely compared to other dungeons. They give that weird like half loading thing. Though to be fair, that half loading thing is also used in getting to the land of the giants, which is objectively like a completely different zone, right? That half load thing is used getting to the land of the giants from there. Alright, so it was this one that I went out. We're gonna go save. Save this under dungeon. And so we're going here, and we now have 3 options. Which one do we think it is? Check bolster. That was a good point. This is a very, very close call now. So the next place that we go, we would have to pull out of here. Okay. What barrow are we in? Barrow 3. Magic 7 barrow. Okay. We're in barrow 3. 12, 4. So 4 is where we want to go. So we're going to pop out of 4.
Looks like this one's up.
There's a leech. Which one's the leech? This is a summoner. The leech. This is so funny. I'm gonna die to the leech effect. Life is sad. If I had run off earlier, I might have been able to make that work actually.
It's a little dark.
I might have been able to basically pull the leech into here, and then basically run back in and get it stuck on the wall over there, maybe, at least for a time. I don't think it would have worked, but it could have theoretically. Leech was the only thing that could cause us to lose in this barrow. This barrow is very, very trivial. I guess an instant death proc could kill me too. I guess I should probably double speed. So unfortunately, this is going to tick us up. which will mean that we are going to be one place away from being able to get the initiate quest done. Oh, when I reloaded the game, I should have just what a dope. I should have patched. I'm gonna start looking at the changelogs when I patch. Maybe I should. Yeah, I should start patching while on stream instead of patching off stream, so that I can just look at the patch notes and see what happened. And like talk about it at the start of the stream. I'm a parkour expert. Oh, interesting. This got fully stuck inside there. That's pretty cool. Stand here, because I feel like it's easier to hit them. Well, my intention is for Ulrun to get diseased, yeah, but, you know, you just have to let the magic happen if it's going to happen. You know, you can't force these things. And by can't, I mean can. You can, in fact, force these things, but... But the question is, should you? Do I feel like maybe I should allow myself to cure the insanity effect on one of my primary healing characters as I'm about to head into Might and Magic 8 to do one of the hardest dungeons of the entire run. If not the hardest, it might actually be the hardest dungeon of the run. Is this a thing that should happen? It's debatable. It's debatable. You know. Reasonable people disagree. In the worst case scenario, I should be able to find a way of getting Ulrun diseased. Regardless. Ulrun might be immune to disease. Ulrun is probably not immune to disease, but it would be very funny. Just watch. Everybody's gonna get diseased except Ulrun by the time we finish here. You know, sometimes life works out for you. That telekinesis call was a big deal. Without calling that telekinesis, I would have probably just had to reload. I wouldn't have thought of using telekinesis. Like, I can't use telekinesis. I don't know which door it is. Like, yeah, you do. It's on the right side. It's the top one. Pretty much all of them are. I think when you're coming in from the exterior facing ones. I could be wrong. They can't be that wrong, though, honestly, because, you know, there's only so many of them. So the fact that one of them has that interaction is indicative that a sizable portion of them do. There's only two. So at the very least, we've got, at the very least, half of them are like that, because there's only two outward-facing thingers. we go. It would have been very funny if I tagged the wrong door. Whoa! Holy shit. That escalated quickly. I feel like Ulrich is probably not getting diseased here. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Got it.
What could possibly go wrong? So what are you? Reflecting. Okay, I think you're weak, right? Yeah, you're only level 97. It's like it's almost 10 levels below me. Okay, actually you're just stuck. You know what? It turns out the barrows are easy. As long as you have access to telekinesis for that one barrow, the rest of it is all set.
Oh, no match for me.
I love that we have multiple people who are diseased and neither of them
No match for
are the person that we want disease. Wait. Is Ulrich bugged out? Okay, Ulrich did not take a hit for so long that I was like, wait, is there a targeting issue where Ulrich is untargetable right now? What is happening? I was actually concerned. Man, imagine if I could cast those shared lives quickly. Just full mana regen.
Excellent. Who needs it?
So we've cleared this barrow. We're at 37.14. Alright. In Might and Magic 8, the next thing on our agenda is Murmurwoods, right? I believe that that is the case. I am gonna be honest. I'm not in. There's several chests in here. I'm just looting these first. The
Junk.
yeah, there's quite a few. I think there's like 4 maybe. There might actually just be the one, but I think it's just one of those standard rooms that has like 4 of them. I know where it is. I'll go grab it. As I start hitting spacebar to pick these up instead of clicking on them like a maniac. Okay. Whoop. There is an enemy. Also, there's an enemy here. I didn't even notice the enemy here. Was I in the green? Did I not notice?
Ooh.
We got a halberd. Base enchants on the side and are 50% stronger. Interesting.
Let's leave it behind.
So, we have a second legendary spear. This is the first time that we've gotten this enchant. It's not the
There's no
optimal
room.
item to get this enchant on. But we do know what the optimal
There's no
item
room.
to get this enchant
Junk.
on
There's
is.
no room left.
Very weak. There's no room.
This is a very, very good enchant to have.
Oh,
What the fuck? This is the first time in both playthroughs that this has happened, right?
we don't need this. We don't need this.
I don't think we've ever found 2 legendaries in one dungeon, right?
There's no
My
room.
pack's full.
It's fate. It's fate. The RNG smiles upon us this day. Let's see. Did we find one in the Minotaur maze? Or did we find 2 in the Minotaur maze? I don't remember. I don't remember ever having found 2 in one place, but you might be right.
Very weak.
Okay. So,
Ah, it's useless.
we now need to TP out of here.
Junk.
And on the plus side, okay, let's. Can I check damage? Sure. That's not damage. 41% from the rogue, 31% from Death Knight, and Ranger is 13%. So, spear damage compared to two-handed axe damage, not super comparable. Okay, so we can basically just put down a beacon here. We can TP back here the next time we come back to Might and Magic 7. And for right now, we have a bunch of inventory management that we need to do, I think. So let's get some of this done. Do I have an axe that is the best possible type? Give me a second. This is the wrong thing. So Kettles has a thing here that lists. This is armor types. Is there a thing for weapons? So, two-hand axe. So Minotaur Headsman's axe is from which game? Is that from 8, actually? Oh wait, there's a higher tier now anyway, right? But I think that the higher tier maintains the thing, right? It's Elder Scrolls. Okay, that's definitely not it. Might and Magic. Two axes. I'm basically just looking for which thinger it would be in. So it's not 6. Is it 8? That's surprising. Magic 8 axes. Don't want the skill. Herdsman. Okay. Okay, so in theory, hey, sweet daddy Cthulhu. In theory, according to this information, the top tier DPS axe is the Might and Magic 8 line. In addition, there's only one line of two-hand axes from each game. So you can basically just identify it by which series, or which game it came from. So Primordial Lich's Elite Minotaur Axe. This is Axe of Balthazar. So this is the 7 one. This is, I think, the 6 one. So this is a Minotaur Herdsman's Axe of Protection. So this is allegedly the top tier like axe version. What we would be looking to do to make full use of this this is Might Magic 6 axe, isn't it? What I'd be looking to do is find an axe of basically any axe from Might and Magic 8 that has a good, or mediocre for that matter, stat set. Or just wait until I have enough crafting materials to make this work anyway. And basically just craft ourselves a resistance axe with like air and thinger resistance, presumably, and slap that legendary effect onto it. That I think is the thing that's going to happen for dealing with that halberd that we found. That halberd that we found gives us a very, very, very powerful effect that we are definitely just going to steal off of the halberd and put onto an axe. That's the thing that we're going to do. So next on our agenda is to do what? We had another legendary that we found in there. We need to do some inventory management, so we're going to do that boss fight before we do the much easier boss fight of this upcoming dungeon. So let's get rid of stuff that we don't need.
I can't fit anymore.
And this is gonna go good. We're in good shape. Right, I didn't patch. Give me a second, I'm gonna patch. I'm also gonna check what the patch notes actually say. So info link, I already have it open, right? Yes. I already have it open. We can go ahead and download it. Then cut you, paste here. Okay. Okay, so that's set. Next on our agenda, we have not done Castle Kriegspire yet. We haven't done very much of anything yet, honestly. We've just barely gotten into... We just entered Freehaven, we just entered the Barrows, and we just entered... and we're just finishing up Murmur Woods. Those are the most far-flung locales that we have gone to in each place. Shit, I wanted to check something. Yes, I wanted to check the patch notes. Give me a second. Patch notes. Change log, that's what it's called. Reserving mana is less punishing for mana regen calculation. Okay. Minotaur Kings are definitely terrifying in this mod. Yes, that is true. The Minotaur Kings were one-shotting my party when I was in my Magic 6 in the previous run. The Minotaur Kings were oppressively difficult. To be sure. I remember. Truly horrifying. Okay, we've got eligibility for 110 to 111. Just a pretty good amount of experience, honestly. We've got to sell all this garbage. This is not... Okay.
Need a new weapon?
I'm hopeful that this run... the later game dungeons will not be quite as terrifying as they were last time.
Thanks a lot.
If I'm able to get enough EXP, in theory, I will outscale the enemies. So, in theory... things like Kriegspire should be simpler than they were last time. God, I was getting like 2-shot.
We don't need this. This is nice.
Okay. So that is ostensibly just a huge upgrade in every direction, so let's just go ahead and do that.
We don't need this.
Okay.
It's worthless.
Yep. Kriegspire is pretty beefy. Like that. Right, we've got a cloak as well. Okay, so this cloak can go on somebody. This gives a luck and might. And...
my pack's full.
I'm wondering who we want.
There's no room.
It also gives a Doom, which I like. It does give Ascension, which is not necessarily optimal.
Sorry.
For the 2 spellcasters, but I'll just stick with this from here for now. Yep, we have Atlas, which we ended up using Atlas pretty late into the previous run, honestly. It's so much might that really does give a lot of value. I'm going to just throw this on here for now. I think that this is fine for right now. You have so much HP. You have so much HP. Oh my god. Okay. Let's see. So we have this. How many of these random legendaries do we have that we can't use right now? We have this. So this, which gives divine protection, which isn't super interesting. We have this, which gives 50% base enchant increase, which is very solid.
There's no room. Need a new weapon?
Yeah, the artifacts were dropping like rain for me on my first run. I found way fewer of them on this run than I did last run. So I wonder if they've tinkered with the drop formula, or if I just got really lucky with the first run. The first run I found like all of the plate legendaries pretty damn fast, like really early. It was super clutch actually.
Thanks a lot.
Like it's just very, very helpful. I haven't found anything like that this time.
Can I help you with anything? Thanks.
That is fair. Like, there are just a lot of them in Might and Magic 8 lying around. And I haven't been doing as many Might and Magic 8 dungeons. Okay. What else do I need to accomplish here? Did I have other legendaries? I do, right? I don't only have the 2, right? Didn't I have other legendaries that I couldn't use? Okay. I'm going to hold on to this just in case. Now that we've established that I'm pretty sure that that is the appropriate type. Like it's from the right game.
Who needs it?
Okay, we do have other cool stuff here potentially.
There's no room.
I didn't realize that I had more stuff.
Need a new weapon?
Zeus is the is a mace, right?
Thanks. Come again.
I really should be using maces.
Thanks a lot.
I just don't really want to.
Excellent. Who needs it, junk?
I just don't want to right now. I am enjoying the fact that I don't have the RNG factor in play. Whoa, actually this is a sizable vitality boost with a very marginal power drop. We're going to go ahead and do this. Oh, Zeus is the plate, right?
There's no room. See anything you want?
Look, I definitely remember
Thanks a lot.
what items exist.
Need a new
Zeus is one of the things that I just had equipped the whole time, right?
Thanks.
You'd think I'd remember the items that I had equipped, but... Well, you might not think that. I mean, if you watch my stream regularly, you might not think that I know anything about anything, actually.
Thanks.
One might consider, yes,
See anything you
is there any storage in that brain at all, or is the brain entirely filled with just RAM? It's just RAM, and not that much of it. It's not the fast RAM, it's the slow RAM. It's thousands and thousands of, like, 8 megabyte RAM chips. That's my brain. That's my brain. I don't remember which one it is, so I'm gonna load up the other game and see which one it is. I might even still have it equipped. We'll find out. I don't think so. Yeah, I think I have legendaries on everybody now. I don't just still have it sitting here. I do! This is so fucking crazy. This is such a crazy item. Yeah. the huge amount of endurance that it has, and the immensely high base armor class. Yeah, really solid. I do think that the thing that I would label as like the most powerful artifact in the game, though, is like the Cloak of the Sheep or whatever, because that gives you immunity to all status effects, right? If I recall correctly, like it's like full just blanket status effect immunity, which, for my money, is the most powerful effect of the game. If you give me a ribbon, I don't give a shit how many penalties it gives me to my personality and my intellect if you just give me status immunities. So I would definitely consider that to be a contender, even if it only gives a bunch of immunities and doesn't just give you outright immunity to everything. It's weaker if it's not immunity to everything, though. Where am I going? We're going to 8, right? Isn't the Cloak of the Sheep is a guaranteed drop off of the High Priest of Ba, isn't it? I'm pretty sure Cloak of the Sheep automatically drops off of the High Priest of Ba. Yeah, it's immunity to disease, insanity, paralysis, poison, sleep, and stone on one item, and it's a cloak. Yeah, it's a guaranteed drop in Avlay. Yoruba's good. Yoruba gives... What are the status effect immunities of Yoruba? Does the Yoruba religion include any evil spirits? Not quite what I'm looking for. Yeah, immunity to disease, insane, paralyzed, poison, to sleep, and stone conditions. The difference, though, is that while Yoruba is very, very good, I would consider Yoruba to be potentially even better, just because, like, Yoruba is probably the best plate in vanilla, because the stats are less relevant there. But Yoruba is... is because it's plate, it's only accessible to certain characters, whereas anybody can wear the Cloak of the Sheep, right? So that leads Cloak of the Sheep to have an edge there. Okay, well, look, obviously the Scholar's Cap is in its own tier. Obviously the Scholar's Cap is in its own tier. That's a completely different story. That's a different story entirely. I have it on good authority that if you equip the Scholar's Cap, the rest of your party unlocks the ability to use ranged attacks. Did you know that ranged attacks actually exist in this game? And if you equip it, it might unlock the ability for your party members to use them. I should specify might, because in this game I'm using the Scholar's Cap, but I am not actually using ranged attacks. Let's see. We're going to Alvar, right? I believe we're going to Alvar. Let's see. I mean, to be fair, you don't need Hermes to unlock machine gun mode. I can't fly. I don't have a... You think I have the SP for fly? Sure. Sure thing, buddy. And I don't have the perception to disease myself. I don't have the... Sorry, I have the perception that prevents me from diseasing myself. Actually, no, wait. Before we get ourselves killed here, I need to think about this. I need to contemplate this for a moment. I should level up. I should level up. And I actually do need to do a little bit more inventory maintenance. Do I have an earth resistance thing on everybody? You have something. You have some plate somewhere in one of these inventories.
There's no room.
So we're swapping to this plate. Massively stronger. We'll see. We'll see. We will see. Alright, we do not have... Okay, we do have an earth resistance thing here. It's just an dagger. So that, you know, it's fine. Let's just do it. We're massively stronger, right? Massively. I mean, honestly, we are massively stronger because Sortira technically can regenerate now. So there is that. So we're going to need to swap our spells around probably. We got this. No problem. Buy food. Disgusting behavior. Truly revolting behavior. Alright, we're back here. We may or may not be able to handle it. We're gonna grab some food, which I guess makes sense. Once we grab some food, we can pop in there. I forgot again to do the thingamabobber.
Join the party. Any delicacy you like.
This bar is way too happening. How is this bar this happening?
Join the party.
Like, look how fucking stacked this bar is. And then look at where we are. We're in like a weirdo religious commune. We are fasting. Nah, we don't need to eat food from our inventory. Hey, if you make me eat food from my inventory periodically, that's going to come back to bite us in the ass later when I need that food to save in a dungeon. Hey, Astro Kitty. You know it's going to happen. I'm going to walk into some dungeon with 2 food and need to save 6 times. Yeah, that's a good idea. We are going to... 10% mana is not very much mana to play with. I guess, you know what? Let's just find out what happens. We're going to walk in. We have earth resistance. We don't have air resistance cast. Let's cast air resistance. An apple day keeps the ball away. But we don't want to keep the ball away. We want the cloak of the sheep. Okay. You know what? Promising. We didn't die
Looks like this one's
on the initial entry. Now, is there a case to be made that maybe there wasn't even an actual top-tier boulder in play? Absolutely. Are we going to need to use an invis strat? Absolutely, yes. There's no way that we're breaking into this without invis. We cannot cast invis. Okay. So If we had shared life, I think that this would be pretty simple. Without shared life, I think it's going to be a little bit harder, but still should be manageable. Come on, it's so sad. So sad. I was so excited to complete that night quest. And then it turns out it didn't matter. Like, it literally didn't matter because... Oh, God, I didn't... Do they have Master Body here? The GM. Rude. Rude.
Come on, let's go in.
This would be easier if I had actually trained up my masteries. That was closer than it needed to be. Okay, this is a little... That's tiny. Let's go. This is tiny. Okay. We're doing the corner play. We have a very strong opening here. And by a strong opening, I mean a weak opening, but not... Okay, let's see how you are. You're not one-shotting Severia. You're also missing a lot.
Still standing.
Okay, we got the Juggernaut. Not super promising, honestly. That was not a promising victory there.
Ow!
I'm fine for now. That was a mid-tier charger. So, with that being a mid-tier, that is not the amount of difficulty that you want to have with a mid-tier enemy. We have an issue here. I don't think this is a better run than the run that we had when we cleared this room. However, it is a better run in the sense that once we clear this room, we're in a much stronger position because there's weaker enemies in play immediately outside this room. So, we also have way more food. So it's certainly the most promising run, but it's not the run that we had the strongest start in, I don't think. I could be wrong. It's possible that that other run also kind of went to shit at the beginning, and then we pulled it back. It's concerning, because that's the person who has to. We need to get this Berserker down. Okay. So we have
That wasn't so
a
bad.
mid-tier boulder here. Okay, if we can clear out these, then we should be that was
never
a
seen one
one-shot,
before.
correct? I believe that was like a one-shot, basically.
I haven't seen this kind.
Did I get hit by both of them or just one of them? The Sortiro was at basically full HP, right? Oh boy.
Come on, let's go in.
Well, if it was only a 3K hit, then that would have been a 4K hit if it if it dropped me to negative 1100 and it was only one attack. Because I'm pretty sure that Sortiro was like full HP.
I don't know.
So... yeah, the Chargers are hitting for about 1500 on the top end. These are level 115. 115 for the bottom tier Chargers. Ooh.
Haven't seen this kind.
Ooh, boy.
I don't know.
The boulders, I think, are going to become less of a problem over time.
This shouldn't be a problem.
Mid-tier? No, so the bottom tier are 107. I actually don't know if we're going to be able to do this yet. We might actually... Definitely not doing that. Ooh, boy. This really is the new wasp nest. That's true. That's actually 100% accurate.
Come on, let's go in.
This is going to be a really, really rough dungeon. I'm not sure if another option would get me better results. Let's see here. How hard did the mid-tier boulders hit? The mid-tier boulders hit for 2,000 damage with their physical attacks, and they cast blades for 2,000.
I don't know.
With that being the case, this venomous boulder, if it hits me with an AoE, I think I die instantly. But this is a really weak pack, so we can hope that we don't instantly die the second that... I am only seeing the numbers for Ulrin, that's true, but Ulrin is fairly tanky. Like, the others aren't that crazy compared to Ulrin, I don't think. Let's see, Ulrin has... well, no, actually, Ulrin's Earth Resistance is garbage. So, Sortira is pretty tanky to physical damage. That is true. What does that symbol mean? Does that mean that it's... what does listening only mean? Oh, okay, that's cool. That's a... I'm like, what does that symbol mean? It's like, oh, it means that the person's not seeing the visuals, they're only listening. That's cool. Let's see. I don't know what our odds are of being able to make this work, y'all. I don't know if we can do this today. I don't know if this is going to be feasible without an exorbitant amount of RNG. The thing is that
I don't know.
My party is, in theory, more powerful than it was before, but that's really a very in theory kind of thing. I could hypothetically... this is how I should fight this initial pack, maybe. It's a leech. Oh, I'm fucking dead. What can we do about this?
Let's go in.
I don't know if we have an avenue. I feel like our relative strength versus these has actually gotten lower. I feel like our relative strength versus the brute physical force of the the enemies here might have actually gotten weaker. I would like to do this, I think. So we're going to try to beat a single Berserker. It has the ability to two-shot Sortira. And I'm not even going to kill this thing before the others arrive. I think we might not be able to clear this dungeon. I think that this might be our wasp dungeon. The only other thing that I can think of is
Come on, let's go in.
if we could manage to make something happen the way that we made that place happen, we might be able to make something work. If I had the ability to block line of sight with this, which turns out that I don't have the monitor. I don't even have the monitor to jump. With no jump, that's going to make things a little rougher there. I'm going to go down to the south side. I'm going to walk right into a boulder.
This but a scratch.
We have the thing in the very back of this room. My guess would be that we're not going to be able to block line of sight in that room either. But
It's a little
I
dark.
do think that something finicky like that probably exists in this dungeon. There's probably some place that I can stand in this dungeon where I can actually clear like every mobile enemy in the dungeon from like a single spot. That probably exists somewhere in the dungeon, whether it's like a corner somewhere or it's on top of one of these chests or what have you. Something like that probably exists. The issue is finding it. And I don't... Like, there might even be some funky shit I can pull with that. If I could... Some of these corners look moderately promising. And I think that some of them will probably work to accomplish certain tasks. The key is the initial unlock. So, like, as an example, there might be something I can do with this room. There might not be. It depends. But the issue is that because you have the non-mobile ones... Sleep well, live forever and ever. Since you have the non-mobile ones in play as well, you also have, like, the RNG factor of, like, okay, well, is this feasible just by virtue of that? So, like, right now, we can check this corner in a way that we normally couldn't. I don't think it's going to do too much for us. But I'm wrong. This corner actually is a very useful corner. If I was strong enough to handle a few enemies at once, this corner would be good. Would it be good for this moment? No, because we're aggroing the ones from upstairs. But it's a useful corner. And that's kind of the thing with this dungeon, is that there's the potential to use quite a lot of stuff that doesn't end up going very far in practice because I'm constantly getting backstabbed by other things and unable to test the things that I want to test.
What lies ahead?
But another thing that I could do, except I can't do it on this run, but I could do it on another run, is... This is the wrong direction. I could test the elevator itself. There's a huge room here full of enemies, just chock full. We have the corner over here. anything there? There's a swapper boulder here, so if this hits me, I die instantly. I don't know. I don't know what to do about this dungeon. Okay, got blown up instantaneously. I think we probably have to just move on. I don't have an answer to this right now. At some point I might come up with an interesting answer to it, but I think that I'm more likely to come up with an interesting answer in the middle of like doing each room than I am trying to come up with something while I'm wandering around trying not to explode instantly. I feel like there are answers to this. I feel like this is doable, but I don't know how to do it right now. So, I mean, parts of this are doable. I don't know if the whole dungeon is doable, just because I feel like if there's a single boulder boss might be able to just instigate my whole party. And if a boulder boss can just instigate my entire party, that obviously causes problems in and of itself. But yeah. I think we are going to I think I'm going to actually head to the troll area. We're going to head to the troll area. We have... I can check if I need to go back to Murmurwoods to do that, to do the quest there. Let's see. Let's see. The only thing that I can think of that would cause something like that is that I've noticed that sometimes enemies that use summons of their own, because I don't really summon in these games very often. I haven't in a very long time. The only thing that I can think of offhand is that sometimes when enemies try to summon, they can't because the terrain that they're on isn't like viable for it. It's possible that if you're in like a corner somewhere that maybe that prevents it. But if you're having like an issue where you're in a zone and for that entire zone you can't summon anything, I have no idea, unfortunately. Right. I forgot that I was going to enter into a period of menace death the second that I walked into here. Okay, so we have the Gogs here, and we have to do something about them following us into the town, because we don't want them following us into town. Because I don't want them fighting the birds. I want to kill them myself. So I guess I can probably rotate northwest. They are ranged enemies, so they are much slower. Whoa, shit. I was not paying enough attention, apparently. Are we in the green? We're not in the green yet. We might not get the green going this way, because we might run into a northern pack. I think we did get it. Fuck. Yep, we ran into the ones in the north. Whoops. Let's see, Darkmoor and okay, my guess, if you're in specifically Darkmoor and Tomb of Varn,
That wasn't so bad.
you might be running into the creature spawn limit. So, there's a limit to how many creatures can be put onto any map. It's possible that Darkmoor and Varn on this mod reach that limit naturally. That's the thing that would come to mind the most immediately for me. I don't want to have to deal with the fact that those aggroed the guards. I don't want to say that those having aggroed the guards already. So we're gonna pull these down, and we're just gonna do basically that same thing, but just a little bit. There are definitely limits. There's like a spawn limit of like 1,300 creatures or something like that. So if those are the specific dungeons that you're having that issue with, my guess would be the dungeons didn't originally reach the creature limit, but the spawn sizes are massively increased in Doom. Oh shit. And so the map might literally just hit the limit with the natural enemies that spawn automatically. Oh, there's actually such a tiny pack here that, you know what? I am just gonna clear these. Okay.
That wasn't so bad.
Ow! Ow!
That wasn't so bad.
Maybe. I actually, the one thing that is bad news is I don't know whether the spawn limit, I think the spawn limit might be a limit on how many mobs can ever spawn on the map. I'm pretty sure it's how many mobs can ever be spawned on that map. So I don't know that killing any of the enemies is going to help you get, you might just not be able to summon. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I think that's how many enemies can spawn total. So I hope that isn't the case, but I am concerned that that might be the case.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know a ton about the creature limit, but
I don't know.
let's see.
I don't know.
I've never seen one.
Oh, right. I don't have to. Oh, God. No. Okay, we're it's fine. We saved under danger. We're fine. Do we have to clear a bunch of these? No, right? I should just walk one with. I just walked these too soon. We're fine. It's fine. The other thing that's really funny is that the place that we just were at, actually, it went so badly that I don't have to feel bad about the fact that I didn't get Ulrin diseased to get access to the healing from Ulrin, because it simply would not have mattered. It just makes zero difference. We have Master Staff now. I forgot that we were picking that up here as well. So with Master Staff, it's not usable with Unarmed. So it doesn't matter. It's Master Leather that we need. Is it? No, it's Master Dodge. Or Master Unarmed that we need? Yeah, it's Master Unarmed and Dodge. Neither of which we can get access to. Yeah, we can't get access to this until we get fully promoted. But we'll be getting fully promoted here. Oh shit! I'm an idiot. I need to complete that quest, but I need to complete that quest after I have done the clearing of the dungeon, the exterior area here. This is actually going to be worth quite a lot of experience now that I think about it. This exterior zone here is a pretty high EXP area. We're going to turn in at least like a couple of quests. Anyone know if they changed it so that you can bring these people along without bringing them along? Like, do I still need to fire people to... Do I need to choose someone to get less experience in order to turn this quest in?
Tis but a scratch.
That's pretty funny.
Tis but a scratch.
That wasn't so bad.
So interesting. So what you're saying is that maybe they should have set the creature limit lower. That's what I'm hearing. Though, I will say there is a difference between a bunch of creatures being in the same zone and a bunch of creatures being in, like, a pile standing on top of each other. Those are different things in terms of, like, causing all sorts of issues. There's a fairly big difference between the two. Yeah, the creature limit is something that I'm only vaguely aware of. I've never done anything with it. Like, I've never had to interact with it in any meaningful way, because I don't really do summoning or anything like that. And I don't... These are actually pretty fast. This explains why it is that they're able to follow me so effectively. Sounds like a plan. I hope that it works.
Tis but a scratch. Tis but a scratch.
The idea of having a summon strat that works right up until you get to Darkmoor is very sad. It's like, oh no, not like this. This is the worst possible moment this could happen. Alright. Now, some of these are you in line of sight?
We got it.
It's not in line of sight. This one is. Oh shit. They're returning. Imagine if I could just enter this to reset their positions and stuff. Imagine being able to go to other maps. Yeah, extended melee combat, maybe not trivial. Ouch. You know what? Here we go. Okay, we're on the green. Alright, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I hope so. That would make my life so much happier. It makes me so sad needing to recruit these vagrants. We're vagrants, like, on a technical level, right? Does vagrant have a technical meaning? I think it does, right? Like, a vagrant is someone who travels from town to town, presumably doing odd jobs to get by, but not technically necessary that they do odd jobs to get by, maybe? Right? Can I? I don't think you can drop the first person in the party, can you? Or did they change that? Can I replace my party members with the NPCs completely? Okay, we still need to random for... Oh, shit! I forgot! We can get expert regen. Okay. So, how much do we have? 69? 68.6. Not bad. We now have 100. Let's see.
The store is closed.
All right, we'll take a look at what we need to do. Whatever it is that we need to do, we can make it work. All right, we don't need to save under danger anymore. We can save under stress. We're fine.
Hey, we have a customer.
Let's do it. Okay. Enemy loses 6 bricks. That's pretty good for a starter play. We can go ahead and reinforce our wall. Okay. And... oh, my tower's less. I should have used this. We'll just use this because it's cheap. Cheap, I mean free. We can go ahead and use a lava jewel. And my magic isn't higher than theirs, but I'm going to use this anyway because my magic's not going to get higher than theirs. So we might as well just do some damage while we have access to their tower. I'm actually going to just toss the moody goblins out there. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and do this. We can do a little bit of forced labor. You know, it's all chill. Just a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and use the thief because my gems are very low. And we can use this. I probably don't need to, though. Honestly. We just need to get to 75. That's very rough. At least I don't have to worry about them using a spizzer, huh? Oof. Wow. Fucking rude. Alright, player's lowest wall is me. Probably don't want that. Probably don't want that. Get that harmonic vibe going. I don't really have a lot. I'm gonna be able to do here until I get some better cards. Okay, that's progress. We actually have a higher wall, so we can tag this. It's useful for me. I don't want to use a spizzer in this situation. Okay, that's good to know. Use the Londover first. If I could get their wall to 0 and keep it there for exactly 1 turn, I could pull out the spizzer. But okay, this is huge. This Pegasus Lancer is a big deal. If I hadn't gotten that Pegasus Lancer, I would have been boned there. I'm gonna toss the Mother Load. I don't need to know. I'm gonna go ahead and shift, and that didn't help too much because I need to be able to burn through them completely. There we go. Okay. They managed to get so many like direct tower hits into me at that one stage, and then I just couldn't get any cards that would help me recover from it. Okay. I want to hold on to parity. I'm going to just use the Spearman. I'm going to use Tremors. I really like cards that give me those style of bonuses. One damage to me tower. I can use the rainbow once I run out of gems. Okay. Use the rock launcher just to get my wall up a bit. We'll use this. Toss out of Succubus. Archimage, it's the greatest. We're doing pretty good. Don't mind the utter failure that we had at the dungeon prior to this. Other than that abject failure, we're doing very well. Ooh, I really like that. I like when they use a power burn with 0 wall. Unfortunately, I didn't have anything too major to exploit that with, but you know, still pretty good. But yeah, things are going pretty well. Go ahead and tag parity. Okay, we're getting there. So are they, though, honestly. If they get plus 14 to their tower. So it's just a matter of who gets the card they need first. This is just fully RNG at this point. That helps. Their tower's below my, or sorry, not their tower. Their wall's below mine, but it's not anymore. So ignore what I just said. Why not? We have so many economy things that we do not need. Nice. Sounds like a good time. Hey, we've got the shift. And they ended with the same card. The same Query's Help, and I think the same exact total. Rough. That's pretty rough. We have so many play agains. Oh shit, I used the wrong play again. It was. Oh my god, another one? We're just cycling through these cards. Let's go. Okay. Nice. I have higher magic. We can use this. We can toss it to the goblins. And reinforced wall. And then we can be really sad when that happens, but then we steal all their shit. Oh shit! No! Don't. No! Not like that! Don't do it! Don't do it, friend! Let's see. Oh, why did I do that? I like all my cards. That collapse card would have been very useful to have. Let's see here. Especially considering that I have innovations to play with. I'm actually going to toss out the innovations. And it wouldn't have mattered if I had... Dungeons less than enemy dungeon, plus one dungeon. I'm not going to use the barracks yet. We're in a bit of a rough spot here. I'm not gonna make the portcullis, or I will. I'm gonna make the portcullis. Okay. There's a corrosive cloud. I'm actually just gonna toss this out. The dragon's heart is very expensive. I'm gonna toss this out. I have concerns about the position. We have a dragon available. We're tossing out the dragon. Get the fairy. Or... this is not a good card for me to play, except for the fact it gives me a play again, which I like, so we're gonna do it. Okay, do that. We can toss this out, I guess. I don't want to give them a boost to their recruits. If I can get a chance to use the rock launcher, that'll be very helpful. Is there a thing that gives +9? I'm just gonna use this. We get the rock launcher out. They're still in lethal range, but not as likely to get lethal. Okay, that certainly helps. Crystallize won't quite finish me up. I'm gonna do the crystallize anyway, in the hope that I get a card that gives me tower, and that I wouldn't have been able to end that turn if I hadn't played the thing the other turn. So it was a risk, but it was a. We have the ancient home found. We have the wasp jelly. Okay, so I think we can immediately get our monk fully promoted here. So I think, yeah, we're going to be able to do all this stuff. So let's go grab the rest of the enemies in the map all at once into one giant... We're not going to do that. Let's see. Yeah, I'm happy that that watching the streams has been, encouraged you to go back to the Might and Magic series. It's a very good series. And... it was a It was a fun era. This is a bad pull. Just so that we're clear. We pulled badly. This is going to go badly for us. But we pulled so badly that I have one piece of good news, which is that I can just not even worry about it and instead jump in here and see if we can make something work. Why are you paralyzed? You shouldn't be paralyzed. Alright. We can't make it work by just jumping in there. Yep. It's been a long time since the series came out. And it's just so good. I keep going back to it. Like, I just keep going back. You can't keep me away from the Might and Magic series for too long. I periodically play, like, newer games in the genre, and I don't know. I feel like part of it is just having gotten kind of, like, sick of, like, people's writing. And part of it has to do with, like, some of the fundamentals of the way the game design has changed over the years and stuff. Like, some of the industry trends. Oh, I can stun with the stick! The staff stuns now, I forgot. Right. Okay. It doesn't paralyze, though. We can only stun. So, we've introduced a bit of RNG beyond the norm, but not a ton. Alright, let's keep clearing this way first, I think. Because we have a nice, convenient location to pull them to. And then once we've cleared these out, we'll be getting to the Cyclopses, and we'll need to find good places to pull the Cyclopses to. And we can't melee kite the Cyclopses anymore, because they will now have ranged attacks. I don't think they did the last time I came here. So...
Yes.
yeah, the Mod adds, like, way higher scaling to everything. And we're starting to get up there. We're at level 100-something now. And... we ended the game at, like, level 300-something on the previous playthrough. So the damage numbers are going to go up considerably as we start to accrue, like, more proper weapon sets for everybody. And we actually have a copy of the legendary enchant that we need to start making some really crazy items. I'm really looking forward to it. If I can make... I don't think I want to make a staff out of that. Tempting as it might be to optimize for Commonaton's durability, because Commonaton's going to be moving. Commonaton's going to be transitioning to the Preservation caster in the near future. The Keeper of the Preservation.
Ow!
The Fire Gods actually have
No match
have
for me.
Fireball, which is interesting. Because the Gogs in 7 are basically harmless, except for the fact that they can explode on you. Not in this, obviously. And on Doom, they're, you know, not that easy. But in vanilla, they're pretty low damage, and then you blow them up and you die, kind of deal. And in 8, they gave them fireballs, which is a little concerning.
I've never seen one before.
It's a regenerating fire dog, and they are not moving right now. Okay, one of them is.
I've
That's
never
good.
seen one
So we've got
before.
one of the little ones coming our way. We're gonna clear this out. I think there's a guaranteed relic chest in this zone that we have access to. So, depending on how the dragon cave goes, if I'm gonna do this again, I'm probably going to change my pathing to go here before I go to Murmurwoods, because the Murmurwoods dungeon is not just high level and difficult; it's also like fully like unworkable in key ways, where it's like even within Viz to be able to start the dungeon wherever I want, there's no place I can put the enemies where I can really handle them, right? So if I can, and of course a lot of the enemies can't be moved at all because they just are stationary. So if I can find a place where I can actually pull these dragons to, where I can actually fight them more coherently, then in all likelihood this is going to be earlier in the run than it was before. So I should probably move away from the wall a bit. We are getting a lot of stuns off. Commoniton is doing a lot of work there. Though that wasn't a stun. Okay, so never mind. It wasn't that we were getting that many stuns off. The enemy there was just in a position where it couldn't fight back because it couldn't see us. Alright, so we just got a spear.
It's useless.
Shield.
Let's leave it behind.
Is this the spear we got?
It's
No, this is
worthless.
probably the spear we got. Okay. Bum, ba-dum, bum.
Ow!
Oh, well, we might as well just come over here and beat up some smoke dogs.
That wasn't so bad.
Let's leave it behind. Ooh,
There's it's
I can't
useless.
carry anymore. It's of no use
It's
to
beyond
me.
me.
We'll hold on to this.
This is nice. Ooh,
It won't fit.
That's actually an important spell for Commoniton eventually. Okay, got this from a campfire. And I think we might be done with the Gogs for now. We have more to the northwest. We have more across the lava. We can't cast Levitate yet. Ooh. We can't cast Levitate yet, now that I think about it. Water walking doesn't work on lava. Fun fact, lava is not water. Okay, we have a Cyclops coming in. It's only level 94. So if this is only level 94, this is probably not going to be too bad, actually. So we might be in for an okay situation here. If a Cyclops Warrior is the top tier, I mean, it does hit for 3,000 physical damage on you, which is not optimal. For me. You know, it's probably optimal for them. Let's see here. Do they not have a flash? They do.
This should do.
I'm gonna try to burn down the warrior. It can two-shot Sortira. It didn't, but it could have.
I've never seen one before.
I don't know.
I can't identify
What
that.
is it? What is it?
Okay, we got the kill. Go back. Don't worry about it. Okay. We have the ability to use the guards here to tank some of the hits for us if we want. I might be able to fight these fairly effectively, actually. I was concerned that I was just going to get blown up there, and the fact that Sortira keeps getting hit is certainly not optimal. But if we can if we can clear out a Cyclops warrior on its own,
I don't know.
then I think we'll be okay to pull these over time and deal with it. I'm going to basically burn down those small ones first in this case because I'm not sure that I'll be able to. Oh god. Oh right, I forgot about that mechanic. Well, that's going to really fuck me. Okay. If the enemy is stunned, it will deprioritize them as a target, and then I will die. Because I'm trying to burn someone down that I can't burn down. Forgot about that. So yeah, I guess I do just need to focus the highest here. Now that I have a stun in play, we definitely need to focus the most powerful target. They don't seem to use their ranged attack very often. There's two warriors here. Well, we definitely need to pull back then. Like, they certainly use them, but they're not, like, consistently using them. So, that's useful for us. We're just going to pull back to here. We looted this chest already, right? Yeah. We're all set. We know how to proceed through here. We're not going to grab the fire resistance thing because we don't need it. And once we go to turn this in, we're just going to rotate around the corner here. Keep rotating. Rotate around this corner. Is the one behind me a warrior? Is the warrior that I wanted to be hitting. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's a paralysis, I think. Fuck. Nope. You are way too fast, buddy. Could you not be so fast? No, go for it. I like answering questions. Unless it's about what my Might and Magic persona is, in which case that would be kind of a strange question to ask, not gonna lie. Like, what would that even mean? I don't think the Might and Magic series is a very furry-friendly series. I was trying to follow that up with obviously it would be, and then insert whatever it is, and then I'm like, I can't, I'm drawing a complete blank. Obviously the rat men, question mark? Obviously it's the dragons. Obviously it's the dragons. Oh, they do have the Minotaurs. And Minotaurs are, like, kind of classically hot, right? But I don't even know that... I don't know that Minotaurs count as really being, like, a furry thing. Do they? I don't remember what the Minotaurs in this look like. Are the Minotaurs in this, like, actually furry enough that it would be, like, a furry thing as opposed to, like, oh, yeah, this is just, like, a super big buff guy with muscles and then a weird-looking head and horns. Let's see... I have two monitors. So my second monitor has the camera on top of it, And so when I'm playing, I'm looking here, and when I glance over like this in the bottom left corner of my second monitor, or bottom right corner of my second monitor, is the chat. So I can always see chat. I can always see my actual stream as well. So you'd think that I would know when the stream goes down, but no, because my streaming software doesn't fucking tell me when my stream goes down. Oh, but hey, I do have a notification that's incredibly important about what kind of steward I will be, with a capital S for some reason. Why the hell is the S capitalized on steward? I have no idea. OBS is just being weird. This is weird. I can barely function with only one monitor these days. If I only have one monitor, it's like playing World of Warcraft with a 2-button mouse, or a 3-button mouse for that matter. 3-button mouse is no. I need a 5-button mouse for World of Warcraft. I can't. I will not play World of Warcraft. I mean, I won't play it generally anymore, but. It is a game where if I do not have a 5-button mouse, I am fully not willing to even touch it. Let's see. Yeah, there are other ways that you can do
It
it.
is but a scratch.
But I think pretty much everybody who is actually like reading chat with any degree of consistency has a separate monitor set up for it, because it's very easy to pay attention to this, and then out of the corner of your eye, you see chat move, right? So since you see chat move, there's like a little as chat moves, you then just look and know the chat, there's something new there to look at, right? Because peripheral vision is awesome. Peripheral vision, very good for detecting movement, it turns out. Also good for night vision. It's very fun if you're ever just like lying in the dark, looking at things. It's very fun realizing that you can see things out of the corner of your eye that are just invisible if you're looking straight at them, because the different parts of your vision have different relative levels of cones versus rods, and I don't remember the details of what the fuck that means. But I've tried doing chat on phone. Doing chat on phone is rough. Having chat on the phone. Oof. It's a struggle. For me, I've never been able to make that work very well. Though, to be fair also, like, for large portions of my streaming career, there, like, chat is very, very slow. Like, there'll be, like, a couple people watching, but, like, I will often, to this day, go for, like, a couple hours with nobody saying anything in chat, right? So, if nobody said anything for 15 minutes, and then I am supposed to, like, look at my phone to find out when somebody said something, instead of just seeing it out of the corner of my eye, it's rough. Yeah. Alright. Can we get you to behave? Because we have 3 warriors, which is way more than we can really handle. Unless they are unwilling to move to a quicker location, in which case we're actually fine. So these 2 are not... Okay, this is actually perfect. This one can hit us, but if it uses a projectile, it'll miss. And I can handle a single Cyclops warrior at a time. We've established that in the past, so we're all set. Yeah, I keep expecting to come around to phones, and it just keeps not happening. I'm such a Luddite. Which is based, actually, because the Luddites were awesome. But it's beside the point.
We don't need this.
Luddites were like a radical labor movement. They broke machines because the Industrial Revolution was terrible for workers and the machines kept eating their children. Not really that much of an exaggeration if you've ever seen any pictures of shit that went down in the Industrial Revolution. Like, oh yeah, well, nobody can fit into this machine except your 5-year-old. Can you send your 5-year-old into that machine to pull that thing out of those 2 gears? Oh, whoops. Looks like your kid's bones are stuck in that machine now. Oh, well. Yeah. Turns out, the Luddites might have had a point, actually. I think they were even a very successful labor movement, which is probably why it is this. I think that the Luddites actually did specifically get a bunch of concessions out of the powers that be. I don't remember the details, but the Luddites get a bad rap, actually. Luddites are like hedonists, right? Where it's like, we use the word to mean something, and it's like, that's actually not what that means. Actually. Because, like, the association of Luddites is with, like, a sort of, like, reactionary anti-technology feeling, right? But the grievances of the Luddites were actually very specific, targeted grievances at specific ways that that capitalists were using specific technologies to exploit them. So, anyway, it's just interesting. Language is interesting. Language is interesting. Ba-da-ba-da. It's actually kind of interesting because, like, there's like the dynamic with, like, Luddites is one that's related to, but not quite the same as what happens with, like, the terms like feminist and hedonist. But hedonist and feminist have actually had kind of like the exact same thing happen to them. The two of them have like an identical situation that happened with them, where it's nighttime. My vampire shouldn't be dead. Where basically nowadays a non-hedonistic moral philosophy is generally considered to be a pretty crazy one these days, because hedonism is the idea that, like, happiness is the thing that has value, as opposed to, like, religious dogma, right? So, like, hedonism is specifically a, like, pleasure, happiness-oriented moral philosophy, right? Like, basically, that's the idea. It's like, oh, yes, we should actually center our moral philosophy in what is good for people. In tangible terms, like, how happy does it make you, as opposed to, like, oh, how much does it make me emulate some ascribed virtue that has no ties to any, like, mechanical concept. Anyway, so these days, basically everyone's a hedonist, but the word hedonist is still... It is, like, given, like, a bad rap because we've just moved the goalposts on what counts as hedonism, right? So hedonism is now, like, associated with short-sightedness, which I guess you could ascribe, technically, to the original concept, because the original concept of hedonism, obviously, is, to a religious person, they would say that you're being short-sighted because you're going to burn in hell because you're a hedonist. Instead, and you're focused on this world instead of focusing on the next world, right? So, technically speaking, the associations with short-sightedness have always been associated with hedonism, but they were they were spurious, right? Those are pretty spurious accusations of short-sightedness. But those are the thing that stuck. So now people associate hedonism with like short-term pleasure that doesn't have lasting power, right? That's the association we have with hedonism, is people who are prioritizing the short-term pleasures, not the long-term pleasures. So anyway, that's the whole thing. But the same thing happened basically with feminists, because, you know, most people agree with the idea that women should be able to vote. As an example, which is, let's be clear, a feminist ideal. And so you end up with this thing where people just kind of change as the moral philosophy becomes dominant, despite the fact that society's power structures don't like that moral philosophy. The power structures kind of like, not even the power structures, I would say like the people's reaction to that is not to go, oh, our power structures or like hegemonic values were wrong, actually. Instead, what they do is they redefine what their values are to align with this new philosophy, and then pretend that their values already aligned with this new philosophy, and then redefine the philosophy to be more radical than it was before. So basically, the relative radicalness of the philosophy that they're describing keeps its distance from their current moral position in the way that they think
Let's
about
leave it
it,
behind.
right?
We don't need this.
Even though that's not like a
We don't need. I can't carry anymore. Let's leave it behind.
he doesn't, like, as an example, like with a philosophy, like a pro-happiness philosophy. A pro-happiness philosophy doesn't become more of a pro-happiness philosophy if you fixate on doing things that make you happy today and fuck you over tomorrow. That doesn't, like, it's not more of a hedonist thing to, you know, do all the drugs today and die tomorrow. That's not, like, more hedonism. From my understanding of what hedonism as a moral philosophy is, than it is to do the thing. So they fundamentally have to warp, as in a similar vein, right? Like, feminism is not the idea that, like, women are superior to men. Definitionally, that's misandry. Misandry is the conceptual understanding of that, right? That's like making the claim that women are superior is misandrous. Feminism, despite the fact that it has fem in it, because the reason it has fem in it is because of the relative power positions that were held in society at the time. But feminism is the idea that men and women are equal, right? That they're morally equal, that they are intellectually equal, this, that, or the other thing, right? So that's fundamentally what feminism is about. And you can't make it more feminism by turning it into misandry, because misandry is misandry, feminism is misandry. So this is just an interesting element with the way that, like, there's this tendency to warp moral philosophies that that sort of like challenge hierarchy into something that they are not, when you look at them through, like, the lens of history or whatever, right? When you look at them through the lens of history, there's a tendency for the existing power structures to then go, oh no, you know, we we always believed that women should be able to vote, which is why we only gave them the vote 50 years ago, right? You know what I mean? Like it's an interesting thing. It's difficult to to simply like internalize a value and just accept that a value has been internalized, as opposed to continuously like redefining that value to make it somewhere on the horizon that you are not. And that seems to happen with like a lot of different things, but it's just an interesting dynamic. Yep, this is what happens when I randomly say the word Luddite, is that I get into a whole bizarre talk about the way that hegemonic power interacts with linguistics. Meanwhile, dying horribly over and over again because I'm pulling badly. Oh god! And playing badly generally.
I need healing.
We got this. We don't got this. We don't got this. Life is sad. Life is sad. You know what? I can't fully identify what the heck that symbol is, but it seems about appropriate as a response to what just happened. God, I pulled the whole group again. What can I do to make this work? Jump in the lava? That seems like a good plan. I might just need to reload, honestly. We might be able to do something with the coastline here, because enemies do kind of get confused on the coastline sometimes, but we don't have enough space to do anything meaningful here, I don't think. I'm just gonna reload this. That's fine. Let's see. We're going to approach some of the others first, maybe. The thing that I maybe should do, we have a lot of bosses and things in this pack. I think what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to go around to the bottom, and I'm going to try to get to the actual structure there, because if I can get to the larder itself, I might be able to use the larder to block some of their attacks and stuff like that. We'll have to see. I think that might be a viable strategy. I think that'll be a viable strategy. Okay, we've got something here. Okay, we have a single warrior. And we've got a paralysis immediately. There we go.
Yes.
Da, 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 da,
Yes.
Let's see. We should be back up pretty quick because we have actually a lot of regen on Cortal now. So it's going to be very nice when we get mastery for Cortal. My hope is that once we've gotten this zone cleared, and I sure hope that I read that thing right and that the troll promotion is the promotion for my monk. Once we've got the monk promoted, we're getting the full promotion here. This is going to lead to a fully promoted, like fully online monk. Not fully online. We don't get to fully online, unfortunately, until we get access to GM staff and Master Dodge. Pretty much GM Dodge, to be honest. We need to basically GM... But Master Dodge and GM Dodge are the same thing. But once we get that, we should be in good shape. So I think in 7... Oh, wait. In 7, we have a billion years before we can get to that island, actually. So it's actually going to be a long time before we get the skills promotions done. We have the Barrows left to finish, which are giving us a pretty good amount of experience, actually. Like, we've only cleared 3 of the Barrows. We haven't done any of the quests in there, and we got like a level and a half or something. Those Barrows are very EXP dense. Though, to be fair, I think we cleared one of the biggest Barrows already. The Barrow that we got trapped on the sarcophagus, I think is one of the highest EXP Barrows. That area, despite being so tiny, actually has a boss in it consistently, because there's so many enemies in there, in just like a couple of rooms, that it has a boss. And I don't think that the Barrows generally are going to consistently have bosses in them. Whoopsies. Okay, I should not have... Okay, we fucked that up badly. I thought that we'd be able to take that out faster, so I was just like, okay, we just burn through you. Alright, so we've got a normal Cyclops. I don't know if this is going to pull more when I hit it. It did not. Let's see. In the Barrow Down zone, or in the actual Barrows themselves? Because I think that there's only maybe 4 Barrows that I would expect to have enough enemies to spawn a boss consistently. Like, there's the one that we just cleared, which I know has a boss consistently. I guess the other big one is 4 had more than one boss, but we've already cleared 4 as well. But like,
Help me.
there 2 of the exterior facing dungeons are like, what, like 10 enemies by default or something like that. So I believe the cutoff for dungeons having a boss is 30 enemies. So there have to be 30 enemies that spawn. And some of the small dungeons are very, very dense. Dungeon 3, or Barrow 3, is ludicrously densely populated. It's 3 rooms, but it consistently has a boss in those 3 rooms, because there's just 50 enemies in 3 rooms. It's crazy.
Help me.
And I'm trying to think. There is the big one with the zombies. There's the one that has the lantern, and that's probably going to have 2 or 3 bosses in it. There's 4. Yeah, I mean, I'm also playing on Doom, right? Whatchamacallit? But yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember how many of them. I remember there being several that are really tiny. But I could be underestimating how many of them are big. And now that, as I'm thinking about it, I can imagine at least, you know, I think that I had like 6 of them that I was thinking of that are all pretty big or densely populated. So it's possible that we're gonna get Buku EXP in there, which would be very nice. We want the Buku
Someone
EXP.
heal me.
save us.
I am a man of culture and speak many languages. I actually have a few words of quite a lot of languages because I took several languages in school, like for a semester in middle school and high school. And because I moved around to different schools quite a bit, and different ones had different ones as electives, so I took some French. I never took German. A lot of the kids in my school took German, but I never took any German. So I know some Spanish. 'Cause I mean, I'm from Florida, so I took some Spanish. I took a little bit of French, but I took French like as a little kid in middle school for a semester. And I obviously know like. I know some Hokkien and I know some Mandarin. I couldn't tell you what I know. I certainly would never try to pronounce any of it, but if someone were talking to me in one of those languages, I'd probably be able to pick up some words and go, oh, I didn't realize that was Hokkien. I thought that was Malay. Which is crazy, because Hokkien and Malay don't sound anything alike, but... It's the reason that I would know them is because of the food. You know what? The reason that I know, I could, argue that I know a few different languages is mostly just because I know the names of random food products. The really funny thing is that, like, I'm not entirely sure that I know what food products are associated with which names to this day. So, like Kway Teow is what? Is Kway Teow the like little strips of meat, or is that something else? I know char siu. Let's see here. I actually know a surprisingly small amount of like Chinese foods and stuff like that.
Too easy for me.
I don't have like a ton of like Chinese friends, so I have some, but most of my extended social network is not Chinese. So I basically only eat Chinese food when Kaz is in the mood for it. There's obviously things like Bao. Yeah. But yeah, I know a little. I know a smattering of Tamil. I know a smattering of Malay. But the thing that's funny is that I actually know. Like, I feel like I can feel comfortable saying that I have a smattering. The reason I'm fixating on the Chinese stuff is that I'm like trying to think like I don't feel like I would really be comfortable saying that I know a smattering of Hokkien or a smattering of Mandarin, which is funny because Singapore is like the majority Chinese population, and Hokkien and Mandarin are the two like primary languages that you'd be hearing them speak. I mean, you'd primarily be hearing them speak English. Obviously, English is the country's national language. But if you were hearing like those are the two languages that are most heavily associated with those groups in terms of like their mother tongue, right? Those. I mean, they would all technically have mother tongue classes in Mandarin. They don't teach Hokkien, but there's political reasons for that. Not local political reasons, geopolitical reasons. It's the China does weird shit. China basically tries to erase the existence of the other languages and cultures that they have in their country, and have for a really long time. It's a problem. But anyway, Mandarin is the official language of the Chinese Empire, which means that it's more valuable for the local population to speak Mandarin here, because it makes it easier for them to like communicate with like basically the international Chinese community, which is valuable for a lot of reasons. It's not just sucking up to China. It's legitimately like there's legitimate consequences though to it as well, right? It's obviously suboptimal for people to be barely able to speak to their grandparents because they only know a smattering of what their grandparents speak, because they didn't learn it in school. Because like the thing about like Chinese is that like there's a lot of reference to the different languages of China as being Chinese dialects. They're not dialects, they're languages. Hokkien and Mandarin don't sound anything alike. It's like, oh, well, they share a writing system. It's like, okay, yeah, so does French and English. So does Malay and English. Does that mean that, like... It's like, oh, but you can read it. It's like, well, that's just a consequence of the fact that the picture has a meaning. It's not associated with a sound. And the obvious example to kind of alleviate the idea of like, oh, well, there's something that sharing a written language somehow makes you the same language. Like, is Japanese a Chinese dialect now? Is that what we're going with? Kanji is literally Chinese character. That's what it means. When I was in Japan, the Chinese kids that were studying with me, they could all read the signs because it turns out they just mean what they mean. So you can just look at the sign and go, oh, okay. I know what this means, because it means something. It doesn't mean a word, it means a meaning, more directly. Anyway, and sometimes they could just like get by, and other times they could but no, Japanese is not a Chinese dialect, and neither, I don't think Hokkien is a dialect of Mandarin. I think that's a ridiculous one. I could be wrong. Like, it's possible that Hokkien and Mandarin are more similar than I think, but it's definitely true that a lot of the languages that they call Chinese dialects are not dialects. At any rate, it's a political thing. But that being the case, it's interesting because I actually just don't know that much of either. I basically know like a few words. I probably know some Teochew as well, in terms of just random stuff that I've picked up.
We don't need this.
But
We don't need this.
I don't know enough of either to even say that I have like a smattering of words. Like, I know a smattering of French. I know from like when I was in school. I know a smattering of Malay.
There's no room.
I couldn't hold a conversation in Malay, and if someone says almost anything to me in Malay, I would not understand what they're saying. But if someone asked me about chicken, I'd know they were talking about chicken.
Very
right?
weak. Very weak.
So like, whereas like I don't actually know.
Very weak.
I don't even know that I know what chicken is. And
We don't need this. Let's leave it behind.
Obviously I know some Tamil. Sapri, huh? Sapri. But I don't speak basically any languages. I will occasionally speak Japanese. I spoke some Japanese when I was in Japan, but I stick to English because I am pretty thoroughly monolingual. I'm very bad at at like speaking other languages. It takes me a very long time to construct a sentence in another language. I just don't have the practice, and I'm very bad at. I'm fairly decent at sentence construction once I understand how a grammar system works. But the problem is that I never remember the vocab. The vocab is very difficult for me. Which you see a little bit of that in English too. Like, you know, I'm forgetful and I just kind of like lose track of like what word I'm trying to find and stuff like that. So that's not exclusive to other languages, but you know, I have a few decades of extra experience in the one. Okay, so how are we going to handle you? I feel like it might make sense. I think that the top of that is probably too tall to realistically hit them from the top of if they're below me. However, and I can't stand on the slope, I don't think, and they can climb up the slopes. But what I'm thinking is that if I stand up here, I might be able to get them to filter in at a reasonable pace, where only the ones that go on this side are going to be able to realistically get to me. And they'll do this, and if they come in at a slow enough pace, then I can do something like this, and if they don't, then I can't. We're going to go down here. I'm going to hide in this corner. Unfortunately, unfortunately I had my preservation user at a very low HP when we started. But I think this might be an okay strategy overall. I just need to not go that far. I went very far over in that direction, so that one, like, fully flew over my head, I think, and is now downstairs. And it seems to be locked in down there. I'm gonna drop down. Nope, we're not dropping down. Where are you, actually? I don't know where that thing went. It probably flew over my head. Alright. I'm gonna see how far I can get with this. This is way too many of them for me to just pull them back to the other place. So I'm gonna try to lock these in on this side of this wall. And if I can lock them in over here... Basically, if I can lock about half of these over here on this wall, my hope is that's good enough. And unfortunately, this was not the right path to take to make that happen. It's not the way to make your dreams come true. But we seem to have gotten something close to what we're looking for.
Heal me.
Can someone heal me?
So Tira's in okay shape. We're burning through the warrior without it being able to fight back, I think. So... where are you? This is a normal one.
Nope.
So the warrior is still in here. Nope, did the warrior go? Oh, the warrior died. Okay. Nice. Okay, that worked fine. So, look, I've still got it, kind of. Da-da-da. The reverse clears are always great. I appreciate when... Oh, Jesus. Okay, you're gonna go completely crazy on me with your swift shenanigans. Just call him a Swiftie. Oh, you're over here now. Okay. Damn. I didn't get the... I got him into the right position, but didn't follow through appropriately. Yeah, I was hoping to be able to do something like that for the Druid monolith, and we didn't manage to make it happen, unfortunately. Wow, I'm getting really fucked up by this one. Oh boy. Come on.
I'll save us.
Oh boy. I don't believe you. I don't believe you, actually. You say this. You're not powerful enough to do that, I don't think. I don't buy this. Oh, okay. Well, we aggroed both of them. That's suboptimal for me. Okay, you're gonna do that. I want you roughly right where you are. Okay, unfortunately I can't jump because the jumper is down. This is rough, but that's okay. We're gonna make it work. Aggroed you. We're actually fully aggroed now. Just stay right here. Can I pull back far enough? Nope. It got released. We're gonna try to burn through this one before the other one gets to us. And unfortunately, we're gonna get burned down here.
That wasn't so bad.
Life is sad. Oh! Everybody dies. Not just unconscious, full dead. Alright. There we go. So we got this by itself again. If I pull you to here. Can I block this? Oh god, we got the other one. Is that one on the roof now? I think that one's on the roof. Probably gonna drop down on me. Yeah, a lot of this just comes down to getting them to a very specific location. And unfortunately,
I'll save us.
they don't want to be in that position. That other one's gonna aggro on me eventually. That's gonna be very funny. There it is. It's just gonna walk right up to me and kill me. That's what's gonna happen here. This is very funny. We got the boss pulled perfectly where we needed it, and died anyway. That is just the life that we live today. Okay. How are we gonna approach you? There we go. That's what we're looking for. Alright. We're gonna try to just clear out this one on its own and not fight its friend. And unfortunately, it's immediately targeting the DPS. So we're gonna have two people with full HP while we are taking a shit ton of damage every time.
Can someone heal
It
me?
has ranged attack, so this isn't gonna
I'll
work.
save us.
I don't think he will. The Severia wasn't going down so fast. At the very beginning, we'd have the DPS to pull that out. We've actually killed several of the warriors just straight up, and this particular warrior keeps consistently fucking up our shit. It's so funny. We, I think, are going to die here, but I'm not positive, because I don't think the boss is hitting us. I think it's just this one. So this corner is actually not a terrible corner, except for the fact that we got bad luck. We're getting bad luck on the RNG with these warriors, because if we had killed that thing in a timely manner, we would have been fine. I'm gonna try going over here. It can still hit us from here now. It's not in a safe position. And unfortunately, it's gonna be difficult to get it into a safe position. I'm struggling. We could try pulling them onto the roof again. We could try to do a roof pull. Okay, we've got the normal one right here.
I don't know.
Okay, this is a super good sign, right? And then it just dies. Did nothing. Did nothing. We've killed... How many warriors have we killed perfectly fine at this point where we just go, oh, there's just one warrior left. We can just walk up to it and kill it. Like, 6? 10? Like, it's been quite a few, right? We fought a lot of these warriors by themselves. We fought them with other enemies. This single enemy that we just finally got dead, the one that was hanging out with the boss over here, killed us by itself, full HP to dead, as many times as we've killed every single other one. With the same ease, in fact. What I'm looking for right now is something that I don't know that I'm going to get. I am just going to kind of wait this out until it starts doing stuff that I need to respond to. Because we're basically getting a chance to reset the fight here. Okay, it's now... Okay, it's stunned. It's moving around again. And there goes the death, and there goes another death. Oh my god, this thing is going to be so rough. I don't know... You know what? We're gonna go upstairs again. Let's pop to the top and see if that helps us out here. It's possible that we could even like lock it upstairs and it won't come down, but that's a concern. Can I aggro you? You're not even aggroing. I think I can get up more easily from this side, though, so... Okay, well, we have a trio of these. Did the swift one run into this pack? Where'd the swift one go? Oh,
Kill me!
okay, so... Once we clear this exterior area, we're going to get a ton of quests turned in that will give us a lot of EXP to work with in the other places. So we'll be able to get a lot of levels in the other locations, and that'll be useful for us. I think I might have just trapped myself. I think I trapped myself in a box. Okay, I'm cool like that. Okay. I'm just trying to pull manageable packs at a time. Okay. Alright. Alright. So next on our agenda... We're looking to get a really good axe to use as a baseline for a legendary. I could, like, completely rewrite one, like, just craft a completely new one. I do prefer the idea of, I do prefer the idea of not having to do quite so much crafting with it.
What is it?
This is a leech. I can't fight a leech in a straight-up fight. I'm going to go ahead and reload this, actually. I've got too many of those on me to want to use that as my attempt. We've only got 2 this time, but I think one of them is the leech. So that's okay. We're going to basically go up here, and the hope is that I can make something work here. From down here... Is that the boss? No, this is the level.
I don't know.
I'm basically gonna have to lock the boss in to make this work. I just need to figure out where I need to go to make that happen. Shit, we got way more than we wanted. Way more. They are just gonna fall right past. I'm gonna go ahead and just reload this. This started moving, but did not actually aggro. Okay, I think we've got the boss. The red again. No, we just got the first red and a blue. That's such a stupid way to open things up. Oh god. The worst possible way to open things up, actually. Yep. Maybe? Actually? Severa came back up. Oh no! Come on, Zed! Get the... Sortira got the kill! Oh my god, I can't believe we're gonna survive this. And we got this locked in, I think. We might not have it locked in, but I think we do. I think this is locked in and won't hurt us anymore. That's so funny. Oh, that's so funny. Okay. Yeah, so like part of the reason that I don't want to have like a mace user is just because like for not for the thorn, but for like the swift cyclops over here. By now, I would have just paralyzed it and like gotten it dead, probably. If I had a mace, and I don't want to fish for that kind of RNG, but every time I make an attempt, there's the chance that I get really, really lucky. Technically, that's the case with the staff as well, but stun is way less powerful than paralysis. The duration is way smaller, so... Alright, we've got another red coming in by itself.
I don't know it. Can someone heal me?
Okay, please.
I require assistance.
No match for me.
Okay, save it up. Oh shit, we have two coming in from the north that I wasn't paying attention to. Can I get you stuck on a... Can I get you stuck here, actually? That's crazy. Damn. And she should have died there, because we are in daytime right now, we're not in nighttime.
I don't know.
That was a... That was a correct death. Clear you. We might be able to make something happen with this setup here. It's not looking super promising right now. Oh, how the fuck did you get to that side? Okay, maybe not. Maybe less promising than I thought. If they're able to back easily, get behind me without me noticing, then that indicates that it's actually fairly easy for them to get up. Okay, got a hunter here. There's a pretty big pack, but And unfortunately, because they are so fast... Well, I guess I can kind of... No, this is still pretty slow. And going over here is going to give them a easy opening to get to me. Okay, we have 2 Cyclops warriors on me right now. They're both on this side of this.
Like it's up to you.
No, it's not. Let's see. I was very hopeful that we'd be able to get through this portion at least semi-comfortably, but it doesn't look like that's the case. We're gonna really struggle with the
We got it.
Cyclopses here. We have 3 bosses left. I haven't figured out a strategy for the bosses yet. We have 3 on me, one of which is a warrior. Yeah. But the other 2 are bottom tier. The other one is on top of me. Okay. I'm gonna fight this here for a second, and then we're gonna pull back for a second. Can I do that, actually? Can I just jiggle around these corners? I wonder. I might be able to jiggle around the corners a bit. We'll see. Because if I can bait them to use ranged attacks from the other side of that thing, and they can't hit me with melee from there, then I could see a world where that works fairly well. The issue is that they don't use ranged attacks very often, so it's going to be pretty difficult to make them do that. So I can't imagine that I'm gonna have a ton of them. Well, the other thing that I could do, now that I think about it, this is something that I could do that might actually work really well. I'm now remembering that there are a bunch of NPCs in play. I think that's how we are going to handle this. So my goal now is actually just to isolate a boss, and I'm actually just going to pull a boss into the giant pack over there and see how it goes. If I can get the kill, I don't think that the like a single boss is going to be able to fight its way through these guards. So if I can pull this enemy, which is a difficult proposition because it is a swift enemy, so it is going to be able to move faster. I can fly. I can literally fly. Okay. So we can't maintain fly through attacking enemies, but we can cast the spell. And that changes everything. It's not as impactful as you might imagine, because I am insane and cannot cast it very much. But it means that I can... This swift enemy? I should be able to pull this swift enemy, no problem. I can even split this swift enemy away from the others. So we could do all sorts of shenanigans, potentially. So, what do we have... Now that we have fly in play... I completely forgot fly existed. Okay, so... I don't think I can just use this, right? Did we save? Yeah, this is... Is there, like, a place I can just lock myself in where this thing can't hit me? I think so, right? Like, if I'm on the roof here, I can't hit it, almost certainly. I think we're just going to pull this into the guards. That I think is the most... Are you kidding me? It just one-shot Sortira from full HP to dead. Okay. Excuse you. Right as it's getting into... Whoop. Right as it's getting into range of the guards. Just insta-gibbs Sortira. Which, on the plus side, does establish that we have absolutely no shot of fighting these legit. Let's see here.
I've never seen one.
Too far away. Alright. I think that... Oh god, the clubman. We cannot allow the clubman to die. If the clubman dies, then we're gonna have to restart it. So this clubman's probably gonna get fucking killed. I think I can get it to shift onto me and then shift to somebody else. Is it on the clubman still? Probably.
I don't know it.
It looks like it's on. Okay, yeah. Reloading. Let's go. Alright. If we didn't have as many people down at the start of that fight, it might have gone better. Obviously, if it was attacking the chieftain instead of attacking the weakest enemy in the pack, or not the weakest troll in the pack, that would have helped as well. We need to get the kill here. If we don't get the kill shot, we need to reload. Them's the rules. So I don't know what our DPS is relative to the DPS of the
I've never seen
people
one
here.
before.
But also we've established that this thing has the potential to kill someone very quickly. So we are actually going to just spam attacks until it dies and hope that we get the kill. We got the kill. Okay. And nobody died. Yeah, as long as it's not attacking the lowest tier, it was attacking the mid tier there, and the mid tier was able to handle it fine. So, that is proof of concept for those. Unfortunately, it's not a great proof of concept. We got through half the HP bar of the blue troll, which means that the Thorns enemy that we can't burst like that is an issue. The Thorns troll needs a different strategy. What is the other one? The other one is a leech. I don't think the leech effect affects NPCs. So the leech we should be able to handle in pretty much the exact same way that we just handled that one. So I believe we'll be fine for the leech. Phone's buzzing for some reason. Okay, we got paralysis. Okay, that's cleared. Oh god, we got both? That's... Why can't I fly? Because I'm hitting the wrong buttons? Question mark? Where? No, I'm not hitting the wrong... Okay. I don't know what the hell just happened there. Whatever it was not great. Okay, so... Can I lock one of you in a place that I like? Oh shit, that's disease! We can cure the insanity effect now. That's promising. Are you fully trapped there? I'm gonna pull. If that enemy is fully trapped, which it may well be, I hate to lose my fly to this, but I'm gonna clear this Cyclops. this is the leech, which is this is very promising. This is very promising. If that one leaves completely, no. Well, GG. I was very hopeful that this one was just going to be kind and generous enough to stay in that little hole. But it did not stay in its hole. Let's see. What can I do? I can't... This is a Thorns enemy. I'm not going to be able to kill it with the NPCs, because it'll kill the NPCs before it dies. It'll kill at least one of them before it dies, which is an unacceptable loss. So, it's an unacceptable loss of life. We have Troll Club in here. You know what? We're going to try pulling this to the thing. We're going to try pulling this to where the Gogs were, and we're going to see if we can make it work there. I'm not super optimistic, but I maintain some degree of optimism that this is going to work. Okay, we can't hit it. It didn't matter that I hit it there, but we can't hit it as a general case. Can I, if I approach you from this direction, will you stay where you are? Interesting. It isn't moving right now. I'm gonna try pulling this leech into the pack. Damn it. That's so rough. Okay, this time it rotated out. I'm basically trying to see if there's a way that I can approach this where the one that's in there stays in there. It's currently still in that position. We're gonna basically just
I don't know.
move over here. We're gonna hope that this thing doesn't kill anybody in this path.
I don't know.
I don't think the leech effect works on them, so it just comes down to whether I can kill it before the leech kills me, or it kills one of them. And I don't know who it's hitting, but it's not hitting someone I want it hitting. It's hitting either the person who's already injured, or it's hitting the one of the weakest in the pack. And that's a problem.
I've never seen it.
I'm probably going to just die before the leech effect goes over. Hold out hope. We got the kill. We got the kill. Everybody's alive. The leech effect did not kill me outright. I didn't die to the leech. So, we got the kill, right? We got the kill message? We got the kill message. So, we're saving this under danger. We've got 2 of the bosses down. None of the NPCs got killed there. None of our characters got killed there.
Is it?
And it was attacking this troll warrior. So, we've cleared those 2 bosses, and we've used the majority of the spare hit points that troll has to give us. And we're very thankful for his tanking capacity. On the plus side, he's a troll, so he'll heal. And I think it would be very cool if the trolls actually regenerated. Like, you don't have to give them a ton of regen, but it would be very fun if they had a regeneration effect. Alright, so we have this one in here. My hope is that I can approach it from an angle that allows me to get to it without it recognizing that it can get to me. I don't know if that's going to be feasible, but we're going to try it. So can I just jump over this? If I jump over that, it's going to come out at me. And then life gets very sad very rapidly. Unless it doesn't. Are you in a position now where I can just hit you from here and you won't attack me? Yes, but are you going to stay there? No. Where are you? Okay. So I think I know where it is. I think its current position is in that that gap there. So if I stay on this side, can we hit it through the ceiling? Maybe? No. It's moving around now. In a concerning fashion. I am weirdly going to allow myself to save here. I don't usually do this, but I don't want to have to set this up multiple times to check it. And it doesn't look like that is going to work out for me, because it's now released itself. Can I just hit you from here and call it a day? I cannot. This is a base Cyclops. The other one is not currently attacking me. It just hit me. That was definitely the boss that hit me. Let's see here. So... okay, it's now moving around. I can't hit you in your head shows up, can I? No. Definitely too far away still, I think. Yeah, you're definitely not. I think the strategy for this boss might actually be just to do a slow burn. We basically need to like lure it up to the ceiling and then lure it down from the ceiling and then lure it back up to the ceiling. Okay, this is not the right angle for that. It would be nice if I could make this work, but we might be able to make it work here, actually. No.
That wasn't. Kill me. I'll say.
Okay, so There should be a viable setup here, though. Is there a note control I can get on you?
That wasn't so bad.
We're just going to drop down on me from there eventually. I think we're in the clear. No, we're not, because there's an enemy on me. I was like, why is there red on my right side? Okay. Not my brightest moment, to be sure. I'm just gonna stand here holding A for now. Okay, Cortal is low enough that I don't want to stand here holding A anymore. Cortal is responsible for the bulk of the regen, so I don't want Cortal to drop. Cortal will still regenerate, like, through the skill, but not from the spell. So, with this dead, we'll be in the clear. That's a problem. Okay. No! Oh shit. Okay. Kawadato just killed us. Okay. You're a monster.
I
We're
can't
going to
carry
learn.
anymore.
Okay, so
I can't fit anymore.
Kawadato literally just killed us. Oh my god. That was so fucking sad. That was so intensely sad. So, if you're confused about what just happened, I stunned it. And stunning it pulled it out of its confusion into a... so it just walked away from the position it was and then had the ability to approach again. So... Okay, you're on top of me, which is good. If I can get around you... No. Okay. I can't believe that just happened. I can't believe that stun just killed me. That's so wild. It's not even bad luck, it's actually fairly predictable. I don't know if I can hold this here or not. Indefinitely. Nope. Eventually it'll get in line of sight without it seeming to be in line of sight, so... I'm just gonna pull this to me. God, that's so raw. I can't believe that just happened. Oh, that's so painful. I feel really bad. Like, I'm gonna be spending so much time dicking around here, and to like add a bunch of time to how long I'm gonna be dicking around here because of that fuck up. I just feel bad. It's like, oh, you know, you all didn't fuck up, so why are you being punished? Okay.
Ow! Ow! That wasn't so bad.
Oh shit, I can't jump
Can
now.
someone heal me?
Oh, it's so sad. It's so sad. Can I crawl up there? Let's see. Okay, this one's locked in.
There's no room left.
I don't know for how long. No, it's not locked in for... It's not good. It wasn't a good lock. It was on the slope. So, the best I've had in terms of setup is when it basically like falls on top of me while I'm there, and then I get locked
But a scratch.
here. So this, I think, is the way to get it locked in. We basically bait it to us there, and then as long as it's roughly where it is right now, I think it will get locked in. So we do need to make sure we do not have a staff equipped, so we don't have to worry about the staff skill proccing and killing us. There's still the possibility that we knock it out of position anyway, and so we get gibbed from that anyway. I'm going to actually activate double speed just because if this gets pushed out of position, then we're fucked.
Tis but a scratch.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know it.
For soul. Yeah, okay.
That wasn't so bad.
I've
Come
never
on,
seen
just
one.
punching for 100 damage.
That wasn't so bad.
Okay.
That wasn't so bad.
On the plus side, we can't really kill ourselves here,
Tis but a scratch.
but it's going to take a lot longer if I let Kortal continuously knock himself unconscious, because I'm going to lose a bunch of
I don't
regen.
know.
And Sortira just doesn't have the... Sortira and Kamanadin, to be perfectly frank, just don't have the DPS to
I don't know.
get a lot of work done.
I don't know.
Ow.
I also don't... They probably can't keep themselves up anyway, if
I don't
Kortal's
know.
going down.
That wasn't so bad.
I can't
That's
identify.
Pretty close.
I don't know.
I can't believe I just forgot that, like, if I stun this thing,
I don't
I'm
know.
boned. And just, like, left the staff equipped. I mean, I can believe it. I just got the ability to stun people again.
Bad.
Tis but a
So it's not
scratch.
like it's, like, high in my mind of, like, things that can happen. It hasn't happened in
don't
a
know.
long time. It's very uncommon. Usually the stun and the paralysis and things like that are just useful for you.
That wasn't so bad.
They're not usually killing you. But sometimes. Sometimes in a night very much like tonight, I say, as it's like almost 1 o'clock.
That wasn't so
Okay, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to even finish this zone today, because it is 12:45. However, we have cleared all the bosses. So, we'll be able to clear a few more of the enemies
There's
here.
no room.
Now that the bosses are dead, things get a lot safer. Let's take a look at some of the stuff that we've picked up.
Now this will do.
See if there's anything of use.
Ah, it's useless. Ah, it's useless.
Okay.
Powerful this is.
Dodge.
Powerful this is.
That is indeed quite powerful. That's a very good item. This gives mind resistance, which I don't need on most of my characters. Do you have mind resistance? You have 12% on this. So I can actually just replace this directly. Call it a day. I should start getting some better gear on Kortal, though. Alright, so we should be able to pull the rest of these fairly smoothly. We can 1v1 with the top tiers, and these packs are pretty sparse. They're not, like, super densely populated. So it should be pretty easy to get the enemies pulled. We have 3 chests here. I also have to do a random for who's getting the actual thingers today. So let's do the random for that, and that is a is that a 3? Okay, you know, we're getting a lot of 3s today, not today, but over the last couple of days. So Severia is once again getting all the barrels. What is 3 days in a row? Severia's getting all the barrels. It's fine. You know, she's living a hard life as a pure DPS. With no vampiric weapon at all. It's so funny. So Severia is gonna get this thing here. Why did I do that? We don't. Okay. Luckily, this is exclusively the lowest tier, so this is probably a pack that I can clear. And once we've cleared through this pack, we can engage in some more shenanigans.
I've never seen one before.
Okay, you gonna get stuck on there? Not forever. I'm gonna get stuck on this one. Just stay here. Alright, the stun is useful. Okay. Okay, we're in the green. I think that might be all the Cyclopses in the zone, actually.
Ooh. Let's leave it behind.
Sorry.
There's no room.
There's no room. Powerful this is.
Ooh.
Huh.
Elemental Resist is a
Powerful
nice
this is. Very
thing for
weak.
me.
Huh. Very
because,
weak. Powerful this is.
It's a very powerful effect for me on a helm. Since
We don't
the only
need
people who
this.
can equip
Let's leave it
helms
behind. We don't need this.
get a huge amount of benefit out of it. I guess technically Severia
Let's leave it
is
behind.
I can't fit anymore.
There's no room.
There's no room.
not going to benefit as much
There's
from
no
it.
room.
Let's leave it behind. My pack's full. We don't need this.
Okay. Okay, so we have a Swift Fire Gog over there, which is concerning. We do have Fly, but Fly gets removed if we get into any fights. So it's a good thing we have Fly, because I just realizing that we don't have Levitate, so how would we get over there? It's not really horrifying. What was I saying? Right, we can get all the barrels in here too now. Oh, there's a chest here. I forgot this chest existed.
Let's leave it
As
behind.
I always
Let's leave it
do.
behind. Let's leave it behind.
There's no room.
You know, I almost listened to Severia when she said to leave it behind. I'm like, you know what? Good idea. And I'm like,
Let's leave it behind.
There's no room. Very weak.
what if I need the money?
Powerful this is.
It's not terrible. It's body resistance, which is the only resistance.
We don't need
It's the only self-resistance that
Let's leave it
I can
behind.
actually use on a boot. but I don't think it's going to be used for. Alright, so we've got... We haven't gotten weak, so I'm pretty sure we're going to be fine here. God, I wish we had the lizard men. Missed opportunity to not have lizard men as a playable species in this game. That would be really cool. I think lizardmen are very cool. They don't get like a huge amount of play, probably because of the tails, right? But like Ixar were such an amazing addition to the to EverQuest. EverQuest adding fucking Ixar was such a pro move. I wish I had friends who wanted to play EverQuest, because I would be very happy to dick around at EverQuest, farming AAs with my friends. I was doing it solo for a while, hoping that if I played EverQuest by myself for a while, that some of my friends who used to play EverQuest would come join me eventually. Never ended up happening. Life is sad. I think AAs were a great addition to EverQuest. They were... AAs were basically they were ahead of their time in the sense that they are very similar structurally in a lot of ways to the like perpetual play mechanics that you get with like loot boxes and shit like that, except
There's no room.
they were basically like
We got it.
in MMOs. Typically, what ends up happening is
Ow.
you have this leveling phase of the game where you're going from minimum level to maximum level. And for that whole phase, you have like a specific playstyle, right? Like you have a specific kind of way that you interact with the game. Right? Like getting experience follows a structure. And then once you get to max level, that gameplay ceases to exist. You no longer have that as a like actual thing anymore. You could argue that like World of Warcraft dailies are kind of similar to like replicating the mechanics of leveling. But World of Warcraft's leveling is kind of like, you know, not antisocial, but like asocial, where like it's not like a group activity to any meaningful degree. Though you could make it so if you have a good enough dungeon run team,
There's no room.
and it happens to be release day, because on release day there's so much competition for quests that it's actually, you're better off just forming a group to get through the first few areas. God, I would have beaten Crip if we had just made that group at the start. I'm so annoyed with myself. I was behind Criparian by like, I think like a half an hour. It was really infuriating. He was like the first person on the server to hit max level. And I was behind him by like a half an hour, and I was so fucking annoyed. Because I didn't get the server first achievement on the last expansion that the server first achievement existed. God, it's so irritating. Oh, man. Let's see here. What was this saying? Oh, but anyway, so once you get to max level, that gameplay style kind of disappears for most games. And the thing that AAs do is it basically allows you to get like little bits of power and some really cool, like, additional abilities that to, like, customize your character in fun ways. So basically, like, the talent system that you get in a lot of games was an AA system instead, where it's like, you can get all of these, right? If you just, you know, play the game for long enough, you'll eventually get a huge amount of this stuff. And it was just fun, because it's like, oh, great, so I can get to max level and then keep leveling up. It's just like leveling up using this alternate system. I ended up staying at, like, level 82, I think, forever.
Got it.
When the level cap was 85, because I just devoted all of my experience to AA experience for roughly 1,000 years. I was the most stacked level 82 Beast Lord in the history of EverQuest. That's not actually true, but for the time, I was probably one of the most, like, powerful level 82. Was it 82 or was it, no, 62? I'm so sorry. It's 62, not 82. This is POP. I was level 62 for roughly a trillion years. I eventually got myself to, like, 63. I eventually got to 65 technically, but I would basically get a level every several months / years or whatever, and the rest of the time I'll just be big things, because it takes a long time to level up with this. But yeah, everybody that I played with was max level, and I was just like, nah, that's okay. I'm just stay where I am. The reason that I was actually staying at that level was basically getting a single level would change the enemies that I was able to get reasonable experience from. So I was able to solo at level 62 in places with, I think, like level 49 enemies or something, and if I leveled up to the next level, those enemies would be massively, massively weaker in terms of their EXP gain for me. So, like, it was just a cutoff point that was very relevant.
There's no room.
The other thing is that in EverQuest, it was not you didn't just automatically get your spells when you leveled up. So there wasn't a huge amount of reason for. What just happened? Did you get put to sleep or something at the exact moment that she went? That sucks. She must have gotten put to sleep or something. Yeah, that's my fault. I didn't have the appropriate thing equipped. But yeah, so I didn't have the spells for the higher level stuff. So it's like, well, what's the point in leveling if I'm not going to have the spells for it? And there were points. It was advantageous to be higher level in a lot of different ways. But my decision to just stay at that level, I think, was a nice one. The other thing is that it meant that once you hit level 51, which is when you unlocked AAs, if you were playing with other people, you didn't have to, like, level away from them. You could stay the same exact level as them, but still be empowering your character in meaningful ways that, like, set the stage for later stuff. But, like, it was very funny because there weren't really a lot of Beast Lords on my server that had Paragon of Spirit, which was a unique ability that only Beast Lords had. Is that an instant death proc, actually? Is that what's happening to me? Is that somebody... You have an instant death proc? And you explode! Protector for magic doesn't help me here. Okay. Well, you know...
I can't carry anymore.
Let's give this to you. And you know what? Nobody else has been killed by this. So clearly, nobody else is susceptible to being killed instantly by this thing exploding on them. So I'm not going to worry about it. It's going to be fine. Nobody's going to die. I have immunity to death. I'm the only person who is susceptible to it, right?
I don't know.
Oh.
I can't identify that.
Which one is it? It's you. Nice. I see you. Enchantment protects Severia. Why was it only Severia? Wait, I was making a joke, but Severia actually got targeted with that effect again. What is happening? What the fuck? Wait. I was making a joke. It would be one thing if it just didn't proc, but it procced again on her. Why? That was pretty funny. I can't believe that happened a third time. I wonder if there's a thing going on with that where the AoE is only proccing the effect on the center target or something for some reason. Like, I could see a world where that
My
happens.
pack's full.
Alright, we're getting there. We've cleared through a decent portion of the enemies over here. Oh shit, it's 102. Okay, well we need to end stream. So let's take a quick look at our inventory. We have Huntsman's Cloak,
Who needs it?
Undead Slaying Thingamabobber, Undead Slaying Thingamahoosit, and I think we are golden. So next time we're going to be finishing up the exterior area of Iron Sand Desert. We have several dungeons to deal with here that are all going to be really hard. All the dungeons in here are going to be pretty difficult. We can probably do some cheesy shit with the Cyclops dungeon, so that's useful. But we're going to have to figure out which dungeon is going to give us the most like questy XP. And it might be this one, actually, because I think that we need to do this dungeon in order to complete a quest here, which allows us to then bring the witness back to complete another quest. So my guess is that probably this is the dungeon that we do next, even though it's the easiest, because the dragon dungeon I don't think has a quest in it, and the neither does like the labyrinth underneath the cave under the lake, the cave here. I don't think that has a quest in it either. So those two are very high level, but I don't think they have any quests. And this has a quest that we can turn in, but I don't think it has two. If it has two quests that I can immediately turn in here, then we'll probably do the larder next. But, I mean, not next, because we have a ways to go. We're currently... Holy shit! So, Might and Magic 8 is at 37.24, so we've surpassed Might and Magic 7 already. And we're about to turn in... How many quests do we have? So, let's see if I can figure it out. So, we have the promotion quest, which we've definitely cleared. We have the potion quest. We might be able to do the witness. I don't know if we can do the witness before we do this. So I think that we need to do this. But if we can do the witness, then we have those 3 quests to do. And then, do we have anything else that we can do? Fire resistance potions. We can do this. This is very doable. So we need 6 of these, I think. Yeah. So we need 6 of these that we can do, and that's great. Anything else? Very clutch. Okay, that's exciting. So we'll have at least 3 quests to do. What was the third one? I don't remember what I was just excited about. I was excited about something. But anyway, that's going to be it for today. So thank you for watching. It has been an absolute pleasure to stream this for you today. And I hope to see you again tomorrow when we will finish this area. And hopefully with the promotion quest done for the monk and getting the masteries that we still haven't gotten on our Death Knight that we need to get. As well as the other, all the levels that we've obtained and all the other stuff. Hopefully, we can start doing the Murmur Woods thing by the end of the week and actually clear it. We have the wasps of this run. It is the wasps are rocks now, and hopefully we can make it work. Okay, later.